Have you ever wished you could be in a room full of like-minded women who love Jesus and are passionate about standing firm in the reason for their faith? The Women in Apologetics Conference on September 26th and 27th in Grapevine, Texas is your chance to do just that. Inspired by the book of Philippians, our conference theme this year is Christ proclaimed side by side, and will encourage you to proclaim Christ out of goodwill for others and your love for God. Expert speakers including Nancy Piercy, Krista Bontrager, and several others will address challenging cultural and theological issues, including church hurt, justice issues, the hiddenness of God, sexual identity, and more. This is a live in-person event only, no live stream, so don't miss out. Come for the wisdom, stay for the fellowship with women from all over the country, and leave encouraged to stand firm in the gospel. Grab your tickets today at womeninapologetics.com.
Welcome, welcome, welcome. I'm Nikki Stoll. I'm the events director with WIA, and this is Whitney and Beth. If you guys want to take a second and introduce yourselves as well.
Hey, I'm Whitney. I'm the Ministry Relations Coordinator here at WIA.
I'm Beth, and I'm just an event assistant volunteer.
There's no just about it.
You're actually the senior events assistant.
We could,
Oh yeah, that's really new.
We could not do anything without you. You are awesome. We're here today because our conference is in 3 weeks and 1 day from today. And we're getting really excited, finalizing all of our details, and are getting excited to meet all of you in just north of Dallas in Grapevine, Texas, in just a few weeks. I'm so excited. I mean, we were just discussing all the last minute things that we're doing. All the major things are done. We've got orders placed for t-shirts and our program guides and all this awesome stuff that we'll have ready for you guys there. Everyone should receive a registration bag that's got all kinds of goodies in it. And it's a big enough bag. You can stuff more goodies in it with our exhibitor hall, visiting the different tables there and everything. And so just really, really excited about that. And also, if you're live with us today, we created a special coupon code for you if you haven't registered yet. So if you'll check that out in our corner there, WIAQA, so WIA Q&A 10, WIAQA 10, and that will give you $10 off the current registration cost to get you registered. It's last minute, but there is still time for you to join us. Speaking of our exhibitor hall, Whitney, as our ministry relations coordinator, you have organized all of our sponsors, all of our exhibitors, and you told me that every single table has been filled. So what does that mean? Like what kind of things are people going to be able to expect when they get there? Like, I know our speakers have tables and stuff, but besides them, even, we have tons more coming.
Yeah, so we actually had 36 tables this year.
Ooh.
So that's, I think, the most yet. Correct me if I'm wrong, but it's the most yet. And I was in preparation of this QA, I kind of sat down and was like, okay, we have different categories. Let's see what we've got. So we have exhibitors in a lot of different categories. We have some that focus on parenting, like Brave Parenting, Genuine Family Ministries, and Mama Bear Apologetics, which, again, that's a speaker table. And then we have Teens and Young Adult Ministries. Summit Ministries is going to have a luncheon with Alicia Wood. Impact 360, Dolls, Stand to Reason, Probe Ministries, Wisdom Story. They're a cool ministry. They have science curriculum for 7th to 12th grade. It's the Scientific Evidence for God. We have Club America with Turning Point USA. We have several seminaries that are coming that have apologetics programs, NOBTS, Dallas Theological Seminary, BTS, Denver Seminary, Southwestern Baptist Theological Seminary. Of course, our friends at Harvest House are coming. They're going to have tons of books for sale. We're excited to see them and all the resources that they'll have for y'all. And then we have what I would call the mission and care category. We have the Mid-Cities Women's Clinic who's coming. They're local to the Dallas area, so they help women who find themselves pregnant and maybe don't have great options. We have ASHA partners. It's a ministry that's helping those in poverty around the world through education and sponsorships and loans for women to start businesses. And then we have Living Hope Ministries. If you haven't heard of them, they actually have care for women whose husbands are addicted in different ways. And then we have Apologetics on Mission. And then our last kind of category I would call is training. So we have Radical Truth. They reach Muslims, Builders of Israel, Reasonable Faith, beautifully rooted, Ex-Skeptics, Center for Biblical Unity, Apologetics Inc., the Society for Women with Letters. So we just have a well-rounded exhibitor hall with so many different options for y'all to check out. And of course, we'll have our own WIA table. I'll be there for most of it. So will Nikki. I think Beth might, maybe not. I don't. Beth. I don't remember. And then, we have our Ask the WIA Tribe table where, there will be women there that if you have any apologetics related questions or any questions, you can stop by those tables and ask us. So I know that
some of our speakers are at that table too.
Yeah. So, and you can grab a book at the Harvest House table from our speakers and go have our speakers sign up, whatever you want to do. So we're just really excited by the amount of organizations that have chosen to partner with us this year. And I would just say thank you. If you're a sponsor that is watching this, thank you so much. We have even Crossway, who's donated $500 for the first 500 registrants. That was an incredible gift. And there's going to be goodies in our registration bag from SDR, Brave Parenting, Steadfast Press is sending something to send into the bags. And again, just thank you so much for partnering with us. We could not be so successful with our conferences without our partners in this.
Well, and it's really exciting too, because we have something that's really unique, I think, where we have this focus on wanting to offer women a way to be educated, equipped, and encouraged in Christian apologetics. And on top of that, we want to say, okay, we have this conference once a year where we all get together and things like that. And, we have done virtual in the past, and we'll probably do virtual in the future. So we have those options. But then apart from that, when you're not with us, when you're not looking at our resources, there are other ministries out there that we're not in competition with. We want to partner with them because they offer resources in a different way than we do. So it's great because we have all these partnerships that allow for, once you've heard this speaker talk about this one subject, where can I find more resources on that? I guarantee you someone in the exhibitor hall has something on that topic that will help you grow and build more on that. So really, really excited about a full house with our exhibitors this year and our sponsors who help make this conference possible. And then we have a whole host of volunteers from our team and volunteers from our church partner who will be helping everyone know where to go and what to do and making sure that all the little behind the scenes things are done. And so really excited about that, which does bring me to, if you have been to one of our conferences before, how exciting it can be and how you can form lifelong connections with the people there. And how impactful it can be if something like this is offered near you. And so if you go to a church that you're thinking, you know what, our church would make a great partner with WIA, then please email us. You can email me directly at nikki@womeninapologetics.com, or you can email our events department at events@womeninapologetics.com and see if we can make that connection, because we are definitely looking for church partners for the future to make something like that happen, where it's in various parts of the United States, so that others who are not able to travel but want to be there in person, so that they're able to come. I'm really excited too, because it's starting, I know here in Florida, it's starting to cool down a little bit. Like, it's not as hot as it has been in August. Whitney's laughing. She's like, nah.
Is it really, or is it fake fall?
It is. So 2 weeks ago, we had one weekend where it was 112 degrees. It was crazy. But yesterday it was 86. And now my husband is from Scotland, and they had a heat wave there where there were people in the hospital from heat exhaustion, and it was 86. And here I'm like, phew, it's finally 86, So I was going to ask.
I think it's the lack of humidity, actually, because you can go outside and your hair's not puffy and stuff, and you're not like beating sweat as soon as you walk outside. So
that could be it. But I was going to ask Beth, who lives near where we're going to be for the conference, how has it been there? Like, has it started to cool down at all? Like, do we need to bring umbrellas, or do we need to bring jackets or sunscreen? Like, what do people need to be packing when they're getting their stuff together?
Yes, and yes.
Okay.
It's Texas. It is starting to cool down some. I mean, it has been in the 80s the last couple of weeks. It has rained a lot this summer, so it won't surprise me. And you can wake up and look at your weather app and it say no rain, and then it can storm. So again, bring all the things. Or tons of dollar stores that have dollar umbrellas, so you'll be fine. But
that's true. That's true. 5 minutes in every direction, there's something.
Yes.
So you can still find it. Okay. Well, I figured I'd at least ask. I was sitting there thinking through my packing list and wondering, what we might want to bring. So, we were discussing
probably even a jacket, because so I know I'm in Georgia. If you walk into an air-conditioned building and it's hot outside, you're like, oh, cold. So bring a jacket for the church tonight.
Because it's so hot outside, it is freezing inside. I wear a sweatshirt or cardigan at my church all year round because it'll be freezing inside, but it'll be hot outside. So yes, layers. I would suggest layers.
Well, and the great thing too is that everything, like all the breakouts and everything, they're all in one building. So you won't have to go back outside to get to something else. So even if you do bring an umbrella, it's not for when you're still actively at the conference, it's for when you would leave. So anytime you're kind of getting around for the breakouts or for the exhibitor hall, for any of that, you're all still in one building. So that should help thinking through that kind of planning. And like I said a second ago, everything within 5 minutes in any direction, there's food and little shops and Dollar Generals and anything like that you could need. It's all very quick within a 5-minute drive. So all of that should be easier. So what kinds of things do we still need to plan before we come? If you haven't booked your flight yet and you're coming from out of town, it is not too late. In my research on ticket prices, they will traditionally go up at various times and then sporadically go down. Some of those times that are specific are 2 months before travel, it goes down again. And then 2 weeks before an event, it drops again just for a little while. So 2 weeks before the event, which is next week. So if you are coming from out of town, buy your ticket next week and get here. Or
road trip with your friends. I mean,
such a great we were talking about ladies trips. Like, come with your group of ladies. I mean, when's the last time you went on a ladies trip that was just, I mean, it turned out that it was awesome and you want to keep doing that kind of thing again, also we have some incredible speakers coming. We have our 3 keynotes, Alicia Wood, Krista Bontrager, and Nancy Piercy. We've had a lot of response for everyone's excitement over them coming. But when you're there, you also have to choose which breakouts you're going to. So
do your research.
We have several to choose from. So Beth, do you have that list of those, or do I need to go over those? Either way is
I don't have it in front of me. Look at me here screening.
Yeah, we have Melissa Kane Travis, Michelle Marcelli, Zandra Greamy, Amy Davison, and Linda Cicino. So what's great about these is that the topics are all very intentional for the theme. The theme, Christ proclaimed side by side, is from Philippians chapter 1. And the whole gist of that chapter is people are, they're spreading lies, like they're not speaking truth. And the idea is we need to be grounded in what we believe and why we believe it, because then when we are grounded in truth, we can link arms together. We can be side by side in that truth. So it's better to be divided in truth than united in falsehood. So it's better for us to understand and know what truth is. And so these topics are pretty deep. So the options you'll get to choose from, which, by the way, there's 2 breakout blocks, and they're both the same breakouts back to back. So, well, with lunch in between, but it's the same one. So you just pick 2 and you go to,
you're going to hear the same talk.
Yeah.
It'll be the same talk at either hour.
Exactly. Yeah. So Melissa Kane Travis is speaking on the soul, how we know it's real and why it matters. Melissa Marcelli is speaking on demystifying the Trinity, understanding the beautiful aspects of God, which I have heard this talk and it is so good. Why would a loving God send people to hell is from Zandra.
And that one's so important. People ask that question all of the time.
In fact, I think my grandma is, she's planning on coming to this conference. And I think that's the one she wants to go to, is why would a loving God send people to hell? Because she has her friends, even as a senior adult, her friends asking these questions, and she wants to be able to answer them. So really excited about her coming. And I think that's one that she's planning on going to. And then Amy Davison, who is a WIA team member, but she also is with Mama Bear Apologetics. And she is speaking on alleged contradictions in the Bible and how to respond. I hear this all the time. People asking questions about why certain things don't, line up, or they think there's contradictions, but there's not, and those kinds of things. So Amy's addressing that.
I don't even know how you choose. How do you choose 2?
I know.
Yeah, how do you choose 2?
I'm gonna have to listen to the recordings after. That's how you choose.
And then we have our wonderful HR director, Linda Cicino, who is doing a workshop on practical steps to becoming an effective apologist. And so a workshop would just mean, like, what's the difference between a workshop and a breakout? A breakout is more like teaching, and then you can ask questions after. A workshop is where there is teaching, but there's also some activity or something you do to kind of help nail it down. So she's doing a workshop on becoming an effective apologist. And so what happens when you can't pick? What do you do? So what do you do?
I'm gonna watch the recordings afterward. Or I'm gonna see which room has a seat.
That's true.
Or follow my friend. I don't know. I don't know how you choose. I would probably okay, I really want to do this one and this one, but if I can't, I'll go to the other ones.
Recordings are key. Recordings are key.
Yeah.
They are. We have a lot of ladies who are like, why can't you just spread them all out or make them all keynotes? And then we hear every single one of them. It does help to kind of change up the environment a little bit and allow some reset in the main hall when we do split it up like that. But yeah, we are having every session recorded, and they will be offered as a package after the conference once the videos have been processed and everything. So that will be a great option.
Is it too early to say sneak peek? We might be able to offer it next year as maybe live. Who knows? Online, maybe.
We are looking at the possibility of doing that. Yes, so that at least the main sessions would be live streamed. So we actually did a ministry survey recently, which I'm sure if you've been following WIA for any time, you saw that on our social media, on our email community, things like that. And if you filled that out and contributed to helping us improve how we do ministry, thank you so much for doing that. But one of the things we saw in that over and over was we really wish you had a virtual option, because it's just not always possible for you to come in person. And I have 2 things to say about that. The first thing is, if you can come in person, it does make so much of a difference, because
it's a game changer.
It is the community. You ladies speak to something that makes the in-person experience better, or more awesome.
Well, I've said before, I didn't really get a lot of the one conference I got to go in person. I was very early pregnant. So I was up in the booth just so sick. So I'm not a good person to speak on that. But I will say getting to see like the team as a whole, are we a team?
Yeah.
Engaging with people in person. Our team honestly doesn't get to be together very often. It's usually once a year usually. And so to be together, we wish we had like a brick and mortar building so we could just go down the hall and be with one another. So as a team, but then also the people we engage with, right? So we have our followers and our friends that our friends in ministry, our partners. We get to see our partners one time a year too. And so it's not like you go to a conference and you're like, I don't know anybody. This is awkward. It's just like you're going and hanging out with your friends and learning and getting to talk about what you learn with other people who are passionate about it. You're going to find your people. But Beth, what do you think?
I mean, that's what I was going to say. Women are relational. Even if you don't think you are and you think you're this super introvert person, when you get there, you're going to find somebody that you're related to. And even if you only have one person you find that you talk to, you still feel like you're not alone and you've made this connection, which just makes it easier to keep going. I think when you're isolated, even when you're trying to do what's right and watch live streams and videos and things like that, it's easy to feel like you're the only one doing it or the only one that cares or the only one in your community that deals with this particular problem. But it's not, you're not. And it's nice to hear and speak to other people who are going through the same things you are.
And we're just people like coming. If you come to the conference, come find us. Like we're the people who are there too to learn and grow. And so if you've seen us on these lives or if you've like interacted with us online, just come say, hey, we want to meet you. We want to engage with you. Nikki and I got to go to one of our meetups in the Tampa area recently. And it was just so fun. Beth did one in her area too. It was so fun to meet women who have been engaging with our ministry for so long and just to be able to talk about apologetics and about the passion that we all have for learning and growing in God's word. So then like magnify that to hundreds of attendees who are all
well, and we have a volunteer who she was just new to the team at the time that she came to the 2022 conference. And she ended up somehow connecting with other people who were a little more introverted like herself. And someone from that group then ended up joining our team for a little while. And so, you know what I mean? Like she went not knowing anyone, made several friends, ended up being this other person too, ended up being part of our team, so you just never know what kind of connections you'll make. And every year we have someone who's like, I came and I don't know anyone, so I'm a little nervous. I'm here all by myself. And they leave saying, oh no, totally worth it. Totally worth it.
Well, and all the restaurants are full of people that are going to our conference. And like, so even if you have to go grab lunch by yourself, you're like, oh, can I sit with you guys? I mean, just an encouragement. Everyone that I've met, even at the last conference that I went to, everyone that I met was just so excited to see each other, so friendly, because we're all sisters and brothers, and our brothers come too. We're all there to learn and grow together. And so you'll find that community and that support there. So
last year, one of the local restaurants to where we were in Nashville called us after the conference and said that they sold out. They sold out because ladies from our conference kind of like all flocked there. And so they're like, we need to know a little bit more in advance that you're coming because we had no food left. We had to turn people away. So yes, Whitney, you're absolutely right. Area places will just be swarming with ladies who are there. And I don't want to downgrade what we offer as a virtual option, but there is something to be said about coming in person. To make that a goal at some point would be, it's definitely worth it. But if you are only able to attend virtually, that will be an option that we're working towards again, so that those who are they just can't make it work to come, so that they're able to figure that out and be able to participate with us, even if it's just for the main sessions, that they're able to participate with us and to interact at the same time that things are happening live.
Well, and I want to note, like it's not that we don't want to offer virtual. It's, I think unless you volunteer and sign up to be on the team, you don't understand the work that goes into it. It's a lot of work. And if we're going to do anything at WIA, we want to do it with excellence. And so
Right.
it's just trying to figure out how we can provide that service effectively.
It's almost like running a second conference at the
Yeah.
same time. Yeah.
But the Lord's really blessed us with, adding to our team and things. And so it might be an option, but I don't want anyone to ever think that like we just got bored and decided not to, or
No, it's not like that.
Like it's a big deal. So
yeah, if we're not able to do it well, we don't want to.
Yeah,
we don't want someone to get on and not have a full experience because we just didn't have enough people to make it work. So if we don't have the people to do something, we want to wait until we have that so that we're able to make it happen. So if you're listening to this and you're like, you know what, that's something I can help with, then head on over to our website and sign up to volunteer because we need you. We're actually looking for another conference assistant, and we're looking for a editor we have our ladies who write for us. We're looking for editors for that. There are several things that we're looking for. So if you actually go to our website at womenandapologetics.com and you look under the about on the menu under about and click on volunteer, there's a whole list of things there. We would love for you to come and participate with us, join our team, and learn more about what all that means for you. And our volunteers get the most discounted tickets to the conference. Hint, hint, wink, wink.
And all the inside scoop too, right? Our team gets to find out first about future stuff.
all the things.
Well.
Yeah.
Our team knows where we're going next year for the conference already. Our team knows about possibilities for 2027, all of that. They have all the inside knowledge on what's coming because they're part of the team. So if you want to have that kind of inside scoop and show off your skills and everything, well, you know, not show them off, but if you want to use your talent,
use them for God's glory, Nikki.
Sorry, I don't know what I'm thinking. If you want to use, I just know there are a lot of people out there that don't think that what they're doing can be used for ministry. Like even financial people in financial sector, people in all kinds of areas. You just don't see how what you can do can fit into a ministry. It can. Every ministry needs a video editor. Every ministry needs a graphic designer, a writer, an editor, all these things. If you can do any of those things, you can use them in ministry. God can use you in ways that you would not even imagine if you would just kind of submit to that option.
Well, the other thing we've heard, like just, in various capacities is you feel like you have to be an expert in apologetics or you have to know what you're doing in the apologetics field. And let me tell y'all, if you ask me what an argument for something is, I don't know. We all have our strengths. We all have our giftings. So don't feel like you're not equipped for this kind of ministry. If you have giftings and talents that God has given you to serve somewhere, we want to utilize you.
For sure. Well, and it's exciting because you realize that, listen, I have this gift of video editing, for example. We have a new video editor on our team, and she is really gifted. She has worked for some major corporations. She's an award-winning video editor. And how do you use video editing to be in ministry for the Lord? Well, that's an option. She joined our team and now she's doing that. And we partner with the people who are knowledgeable. So our writers, our speakers, those kinds of things, we partner with them and they even help us. We get them set up to be our educators, our equippers, and they're educating and equipping us as we're helping make all of it happen. So we would love for you to participate with us and come to our conference. It's just 3 weeks and 1 day away. I mean, I've got a dance party going on at my house over that it's coming, that kind of thing. So we really want to see you there if you're able to come. And are there any last minute comments from you guys? Because we're going to close out. We didn't have any specific questions come in, but if you do, you can drop us a line here. You can email us at events@womenandapologetics. And then if you ladies have anything else, then we will close.
See you there.
We will see you there.
We will all be there. So come say hey. I would just say that. Come say hey. We want to say hey to y'all and
we do
talk to you, meet you. Even if we're busy, like Beth is a runner, like she is the go person. I'll probably be a go person, but even if we're like quote unquote busy, we're not too busy.
Stop
for
us.
people.
Yes,
Yeah.
that's right. All right. We'll see you guys there.
All right. See y'all.
Bye.
Bye.